Your body drive me crazy. Your body need a license fit. Your body are too tight for me. Anybody who got eyes can't see. She just wanna dance and tease. She just wanna dance and tease. She just wanna dance and tease.
Hey, it's Anissa from COCO'S TV, and we are here on NYSSA'S Homestead. And today, as you can tell by the title below, we are going to prep some breakfast stuff. So we are having a pretty much busy week as summer or spring is starting to head in full effect. I'm having to put a little bit more time in the garden and not so much in the kitchen. And so also in the morning time, making sure that I get my yoga in, making sure I get my devotional time, and making sure I'm tending to the garden in the morning. Breakfast will just be good and ready to go. And so with that, we're going to be making some protein bagels. I'm kind of thinking about doing two different kinds. So I'm going to be doing a savory and sweet one. Once we get to that, I'll kind of show you guys. We're going to be doing some sausage muffins, and then we're going to be making some frozen oatmeal. Now, I'm debating on doing pancakes or not, because that's something that we always do. I'm trying to do a little bit more outside the box of what we normally eat. Because usually I'll make a big Saturday or Sunday breakfast, and then whatever extra pancake or waffle mix I have, I just throw it in the freezer and call it a day. So that's something that we have regularly. But I'm trying something new. Today, I'm actually making breakfast for us, and I'm doing a apple cinnamon. And then for the freezer prep, we're doing a brown sugar. And then I think I'm going to also do a coffee creamer because I'm running low on some. And I've been wanting to try this recipe. So if you're interested, just go ahead and continue watching. We're going to be doing a few different things. Try to get it knocked out. We're going to chit chat as normal. And yes, I'm excited for the videos coming up. I have strictly chosen to just post on the weekend. It's easier for me to do. And maybe here or there I'll pop up during the week. But there will be a short pretty much every day of the month. So that is fun and exciting. And I'm excited for this garden. In my next video, you guys will see some of the new plants that I've gotten, and kind of what we're doing with that. So I'm excited to show you guys that. But first, we got to get this done before we get out there. So let's... Alright, love bugs. So first we're going to start browning up our chicken and get our our pork sausage, and then we're going to prep our oatmeal because those are going to take the longest pretty much. And I'm adding a little bit of maple syrup in there. I'm adding a little bit of salt and pepper to the pork sausage, and that's pretty much it, because we're going to be making some sausage muffins like I said earlier, and the muffin mix has pretty much a lot of seasoning. I'm also adding some maple bacon seasoning to that as well, just to get a little flair. And so we're here browning up the chicken. Why do I keep saying chicken? Pork sausage. Now let's head over here to get our spices for the oatmeal. And that is going to be that. So for my oatmeal, we're going to need brown sugar, cinnamon sticks, Bailey's, and vanilla extract. You can also put nutmeg, but I'm not putting it in this time, but usually I'll put in nutmeg or something. But because it's going in the freezer, I want it to be very versatile, and I'm going to put the nutmeg in the apple cinnamon one I'm doing for us to eat today. So while we're waiting on the sausage to brown up and the oatmeal to go ahead and just get nice and thick, I'm going to start on the sausage balls. So we have the sausage browning. We are using the Martha White. You already know the blueberry version. I have one blueberry cheesecake and one blueberry. This is just what I have on hand. I got these on a sale maybe last year, and so they're coming close to their end date, so I just need to go ahead and use them up. And then I'll show you guys kind of what I do differently. I use the package. I'm using 1 cup of milk. They use for half a cup of milk for each packet, so I'm going to use 1 cup of milk, and then I'll show you guys what I'm using to kind of incorporate it all together. So let's go. So I did want to also touch on the subject of just frugal living and just scratch cooking and how affordable it can be and how easier it can make your life. You know, I always see these videos like cook for 2 hours, eat for a month type of deal. If you haven't looked at those videos, go look them up and you can get some nice inspirational videos. I personally just have been making these forever. Like, this was like my thing I used to make when I would come home from high school and stuff. I would make these, and so now it's just like so real to make them for my kid. It's just like a 360. But you can save a lot of money with this stuff, you know, like these, especially like with your kids. I have a little boy and he eats like a freaking maniac, so just experiment and you will get there. Batter nice and mixed up here. I'm going to add my pork sausage to it. If you want to use turkey sausage, use that. This is what I have. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to add this pork sausage in here. These are like, I call it my elevated like McGriddles. That's why you saw me put maple syrup in the actual sausage. Because that's usually what my son eats. He eats the little sausage links that have the maple syrup in it. And so I think he will enjoy these. I like them, but I've never had him try it before. So hopefully this will be a good, easy little deal. I'm going to mix this in with that, and I think I'm gonna add 2 eggs just to kind of get everything to stick together. And we'll go from there. Also, the oatmeal is done, and we've buttered up our little muffin tins. I'm waiting for the oatmeal to cool. We're gonna make our plate for today. I'm gonna show you guys how I assemble that, and then we're gonna let the oatmeal cool, and then we'll go ahead and pop it into the freezer. So that is with that. That's the update. It's hard to like cook and talk, so that's why it's like half voiceover, half what do you call it? Half voiceover, half you get the live real deal thing here. So I'm just gonna crack some eggs. 1 goes in. Should I just see what 1 does first? Because Jesus, these egg pies. I'm thinking about getting quail. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should get some quail? They say like it's pretty much the same flavor and taste as like a chicken egg. It just takes a little bit more. Then it takes like 5 quail eggs to make 1 chicken egg, which it seems like they produce a lot of eggs. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm thinking, because I can have that in my apartment, right? Like we can raise quail. They don't need a lot of space. And so I don't know. I've been thinking about it because it's getting crazy. Like $5 for 12 eggs is just crazy to me. I don't know. That's just me. So now we're going to go ahead and fill these up. I'm going to get like a little measuring spoon because I have this little like 1/4 cup deal that I'm just going to go ahead and use to fill up my molds. Did I already say that they're buttered? I think this is fine. I think this should be fine. 1 egg should be good. We have enough blueberry to meat ratio. And most of them, I feel like that was a good deal. I'm excited to try these because I've never tried the cheesecake, but I think it shouldn't be much different, right? I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and fill this up, pop these in the oven, and then we'll get back to you with the oatmeal and how we're eating that today.
Pay attention, pray and listen, hear your father. These lies they told are so familiar. They will haunt you, they will kill you, keep you hostage. King will heal you before him, adore him. He will give you everything. Come and take your wedding, going back to what I used to know. But please hold my hand.
This is pretty much one of my favorite ways to eat it. I just layer apples, oatmeal, and then the top I just go ahead and sprinkle either nutmeg or cinnamon on the top, depending on how I'm feeling, and that is that. Sometimes I even put Greek yogurt at the top if I want it a little bit more creamier, and that is how we do the apple oatmeal. Now we're going to go ahead and chill out our oatmeal and get it ready to be put in the freezer. All right, guys, so this ended up making 24 little bites, and then somebody ended up eating one, but we had 4 big ones. This will probably be 1 serving for my son. And probably 1 serving for us in the morning. But I'm gonna group these in 4s for him so he can eat those. And so next we're gonna head over to the coffee. My camera died in the middle of me doing my creamer, so I will just put that on the screen and show y'all the creamer. It'll be cute and stuff like that. And like I said before, I didn't have any like silicone little things to put my oatmeal in. I did let it chill in the refrigerator for a little bit, so I just used some parchment paper, used my little muffin tins, and we're gonna throw these in the freezer, let them get solid, and then pop them in some freezer safe bags. So let's go do that, and then I guess we'll head over to the bagels. But first I'm going to show you guys how I made my, well, I'll put it on the screen here on how I did my I used 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. I was running low on my regular whole milk, so I decided to use my instant non-fat dry milk here. Now I may need to get a little jar for one of these. But this is about to, well, in October, it's going to go bad. And so because I just bought a bunch of new powdered milk, I'm trying to go over the ones that I already have. So I use powdered milk to do quick hot COCO'S for a lot of baking and stuff. If I don't have my Dollar Tree, what's it called? The Pantry brand that they have for their milk, I'll go ahead and use my non-fat dry milk. Now, this usually goes on sale at Target, and so that's when I usually pick this up, or I just get the big dehydrated or dried milk at Walmart. That's just my preference. The flavor is nice, and I mainly use it for like baking and stuff, and so I'm trying to see if I can use it in my coffee, because that'll be another way I could use it. And so I went ahead and put a whole can of the sweetened condensed milk. I put 2 cinnamon sticks in there, and then I put maybe about a half a cup of this Irish cream, whatever it was left here, and then 2 cups of milk or whatever. I used the dry milk, and so 2 cups of that is essentially what I did. And yeah, I'm just trying to work through my grocery store. If you're new here, I have a pantry and I have a grocery store in my house. And that's just kind of how we do things. We pick from our grocery store and we go to the public grocery store to stock up our grocery store here. And once that starts getting low, that's when we kind of get scared, but we don't ever let it get low. We just let the insurance do its thing, if you know what I mean. We're not going to get to that. That's not what we're talking about today. Next, we're going to go ahead and head into our bagels, protein bagels. And I think I'm just going to do the savory ones just for the sake of time, because I do have to go ahead and get this other stuff planted, and so I have to go ahead and record that in a different video. It's just, you guys will see whenever it comes up, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. If you guys haven't seen my previous video where we are making hamburger buns, hot dog buns for this season, for summer, spring, whatever barbecue you're doing this upcoming hot weather season, go ahead and check that out. It'll be up here. And let's go ahead and head into these. So for our next deal, we need 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of cottage cheese, and then half a tablespoon of baking powder to make these bagels. Now, I'm doubling it, so I'm going to be using 2 cups. And then also, I'll be using 3 tablespoons. 1, 2. Yeah, I'll just be roughly measuring stuff. It's that serious, but it's not that serious, you know? They didn't have all this fancy stuff back in the day. They just made it do what it do, you know? The cottage cheese. I know I'm not a big cottage cheese fan, but you won't taste it. I promise you will not taste it. You could put cheese, like regular cheese in here if you like. And I use like the thick kind. Hold on. Yeah. So, I'm gonna measure out a cup here. I'm like, can we go in? 1. This is, I've just been using everything that's about to go bad. That's the whole point, really. You could just do whatever you have in your. So we have 1 cup. Let's get 2. And then we're just gonna blend it up and go from there. Alright, so in total I've made 10 bagels with that deal, or I think you can make like 6 big ones if that's what you wanted to do. Right now I'm doing an egg wash. I have the oven to 375, and we're gonna do this for about 25 to 30 minutes and just see what it does. I've done 2 different methods. I think I put that in the little captions. I did one where I rolled them, and hopefully we'll be able to see it once they're done. And we'll just kind of go from there. I'm going to put some everything bagel on some of them. And the other one I'm going to just keep them plain. All right, so they just got out the oven. This is what it looks like. Little thumbnail. I ended up making 10. I put a little bit of that everything bagel, the cheese one. These smell delicious. And I feel like we got stuff done. We're gonna do a little haul of what we did. And we're gonna just close it up here because I'm tired of yapping. I'm not tired of yapping. I know y'all are tired of me yapping. So I'm gonna just close it off here. We're gonna do a haul and then we're gonna wrap it up. All right. We're still letting these cool off, but we ended up doing our muffins. And then we ended up doing our coffee. We have our oatmeal, and I think this is good for the week. A good little restock. So I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got some inspiration. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.